Hey guys, Zero here with my 2013 end of the year special. The video that some people wait for all year, so cool, I guess. Anyways, if you can't tell, I'm a little under the weather, and while my energy is up, I'm going to do this because I want to get this done. Right now, it is about 7:30 p.m. here on the 31st of December, 2013. By the time you see this, it'll probably be the first. Depending on how quickly I get this edited and put together. So, there's that. So, to start things off, let's talk about Christmas. Christmas was a little more involved this year. There was a lot of stuff that went into it this year. I actually, for God's sakes, I actually watched Christmas movies this year, so that was a thing. Not as much as I wanted to, so I'll get into that. But Christmas itself, I didn't get much, but I'm 25. I don't need a bunch of stuff. So, well, first off, my folks got me toiletries and stuff, and they also got me 3-pack of Skittles. So, you know, I still got 2 packs left in this, so I got some Skittles for later, maybe used for power plays. And I also, before Christmas, my buddy Billy, or Crimson Moogle, or King Crim, got me this little vinyl figure, this White Ranger vinyl figure, which I've reviewed, and you can probably see a link to that review either on the screen or in the description or somewhere. As you can tell, I'm still sick. But yeah, I got him, and he's just a little chibi guy. He's just, okay, so that's that. Another thing I got before Christmas was, and I can't believe my buddy bought this, the Power Rangers Super Samurai board game, which I've seen this in the stores quite a few times, and I've always passed it up and been like, that's too expensive for that. And the one time I was going to get it, I passed on it because I was like, yeah. But my buddy Josh got it for me, so it's for 2 to 5 players, ages 6 and up, and his request was that I learn how this game plays so I can play it with him. So maybe we'll do a video on it, I don't know. This might appear in Henshin Time or something, so yeah, that's a thing. Now, this is something I actually got after Christmas. I actually just got this the other day. Though I was supposed to get this a couple years ago. This was from my buddy Vegeta3986, and if you're a fan of the abridged stuff, you know who he is. He sent me this Gold Ranger Samurai Morpher from Power Ranger Samurai. He used to work for a toy store, and back when the show started, you couldn't get Power Rangers toys anywhere. Like, when Samurai started, you couldn't get them anywhere. And I asked him if he could pick one up for me, and sat in his closet for 2 years. So he finally sent this, and he also, just to embarrass him, he sent me a letter with it. So I'll just read it off. Dear Zero, I just want to say thank you so much for not only jumping in to help me in my time of need, but also just being there for me and being my friend. You don't know how much I appreciate you sticking by me, even when I stopped working on the project for months at a time, and you continued to cheer me on, even when others didn't. Thank you for being a true friend, and Merry Christmas, Vegeta3986. And there's some little drawings there. It's cool. So yeah, if you're watching this, Vegeta, thanks again for getting this for me. Like, you didn't have to send me anything. Like I said 2 years ago when you got this, I'm like, I just want to see if you had them in stock, and you ended up buying it for me. So I really appreciate it, man. And I'll get back to Naruto Abridged later on when we do updates for this video. So that's that. I don't know if I'm going to show everything off. Just do that. So that's that. It's kind of blocking me. I might stop doing that. I'll just do boobity-bop. There we go. Okay, so another thing that I got for Christmas, this was from my brother. He was doing custom boxes, like tea boxes and other things, and he wanted to make his gifts this year. So he made me a Power Rangers card box. You probably can't see it from here, but it says Power Rangers 20th on the front of it. And they actually bought me some packs, and I got some cards too. I don't have all my cards in here, but I'm going to put my Power Rangers cards in here. So this was really cool. I was actually like, at first he's like, do you not like it? I'm like, no, I love this. And it's got all the original Ranger colors, except for pink, because he wanted to include both white and green. And all the other colors are on here somewhere. But that was really cool. So this is one of the more interesting things I got, because it was he made it himself. Like he didn't make the box per se, but he painted it, he stained it. Yeah, it's all his work, and this is something I'm not going to forget about for years to come. So this will be in my collection for a while. So there's that. Next, first thing I want to say is I didn't really get that many games for Christmas because my folks were cutting back, which makes sense because, again, I'm 25, my brother's 23. They don't need to go and buy us gifts, but they don't like, and we don't like just asking for like money. So they still make us make lists. So I try to put on games that are cheaper. Unfortunately, this game wasn't that cheap, but I asked for it last year and I didn't get it, probably because it was still expensive. But I got Kirby's Dream Collection, the special edition of the Kirby's Dream Collection. This is, for those of you who don't know, this is a Kirby compilation. It's got 6 Kirby games on it, plus challenge stages, a soundtrack, an art book, and a complete history outlining all of the Kirby games to when this came out. I think up to Return to Dreamland. So yeah. So this is really cool. I can't wait to play this. This has been really good because Brock and I have been talking about for Power Plays. We want to play Kirby Superstar Saga, but or Kirby Superstar, whatever. But our copy, the save function on it doesn't work anymore. Like, it'll hold a save maybe for a week and then it's gone. So now that I've got this, we can play it on the Wii U in H-Dizzle. So there's that. So speaking of Wii U, this is actually a game that I got with gift card money on Boxing Day. I picked up Super Mario 3D World, and I didn't think I'd be getting this game for a long time. I actually debated between this and Wind Waker HD, but I figured, you know what? Even when this console goes out of circulation, this game's still going to be like $30-$40. So I might as well get it for full price. Also because I want to support the Wii U, because I believe in the console, and I know it hasn't got the best rep right now, but my list of games for the Wii U has been expanding, so it's the only next-gen console I own right now, too. And yes, it's a next-gen console. I don't care what the hardware is. It doesn't look that much different than the PS4 or the Xbox One. Just saying. If you want to look at comparison screenshots, there's not a big leap in this generation. But I'm not going to get into an argument over it. Just saying, the Wii U is the next-generation console that I happen to own, and this is like one of the highest-rated games of the year for it, even though it came out really late in the year. So I want to get it, so there we go. Alright, so there's also a couple other things I got. One of them I'm actually going to get to. Actually, no, I'll talk about it now. I got an Android tablet. It's not anything super impressive, but it was free. It was from, I'm not going to say who it's from, but it was an unexpected gift, and they really didn't have to do that for me, so thanks. If you're watching this video, which you probably aren't, you know who you are, and thanks for that. So, speaking of Boxing Day, I went out, and I got myself a Nexus 4 phone. Actually, my brother and I both got them. The reason I did it on Boxing Day, the 26th, is because on Boxing Day, certain stores give away credit when you get a new phone. Now, this phone was free, and I'm not on a contract because with the mobile company that I'm with, they don't do contracts at all. If I cancel, I'll have to pay for what the phone costs, but only if I cancel before it's paid off. It's weird. How it works is, if you're paying your bills, they will pay for the phone for you. Like, they'll take some money off of how much it costs. But basically, basically it's a free phone. Finally got an Android phone. I got a Nexus 4. I haven't synced it with my tablet yet, and I think this phone's actually more powerful than the tablet, but I'll eventually get around to that. But the reason I wanted to get to this is because for Christmas I got a couple gift cards. I got a gift card for a place called Future Shop, which is where I got the phone. And it was for $100 from my folks because they weren't really sure what to get me in terms of games, and I just said, if you guys aren't sure, just do a gift card or just do whatever you think is right. Like, I'm not asking for a lot of money here. They didn't even have to give me that much money in gift card money for Christmas. Like, that was ridiculous. But they also one of the deals they had is you got a gift card for that same store, Future Shop, if you got a new phone that day. It was for $150. So what I did with that, and I don't have it out here, is I got my very own PS3. And some of you might be saying, didn't you get a PS3 a few years ago? Yes and no. It was actually the PS3 Slim that we got. It's actually my brother's console because when my 360 broke, the first one I had, when it red ringed, my brother and I split to get the next one because it was the console he was playing. He was playing it most of the time, and he had games for it and he wanted to keep playing it. And when we did the similar thing when we got new phones and we got gift cards, so we got a PS3 then, the Slim. But realizing that there's going to come a time when we're going to move out, we were like, well, I can't give you half a console. So basically, we traded shares for our console. So I own the 360 and he owns the PS3. And the thing with that is he likes to take his PS3 everywhere. So I almost get no time to play my games on it. And when I want to play it, and when it's here, I don't have time to play it. So essentially, I got my own PS3. I got a Super Slim, the 250 gigabyte model, and I got the Last of Us bundle. So I got The Last of Us. Just like Super Mario 3D World, these aren't opened yet because I've been playing other PS3 games on my PS3. But I've heard a lot of good things about this game. It was the only bundle they had. It was the only bundle I really cared about. And I didn't want to get the PS3 Super Slim, the stupid 12 gig model, because that's stupid. Especially since this game and probably a whole bunch of games have to be installed on the hard drive. You'll run out of that space quick. So I got the 250 gigabyte model that came in a bundle for The Last of Us. And I got The Last of Us. So yeah, I can't wait to play this. I've heard a lot of good things. A couple of my friends from River City Gamers who played Unreal said it was one of the best games of the year. I might be exaggerating that, I'm not sure. But he said it was a really, really good game, and he really enjoyed it, so I can't wait to play it myself. So, and speaking of games, another game that I got, my friend from River City Gamers, Shadow Snake, actually gave me Pac-Man Championship Edition Deluxe, I think it is. I can't remember the full name. Championship Game of the Year, whatever. And I had previously played it on PS3 because my brother had PlayStation Plus, and the game was free at one point. Unfortunately, he's deleted it because he's running out of space on his PS3, but I played it and I remember liking it a lot, and I guess it was on my wish list on Steam, and he bought it for me. So thank you, Shadow. I gotta get you something in return at some point. Anyways, so that's Christmas. I'm sure there's things I'm forgetting. If I forget, I'll figure something out. But let's get down to the meat of all this. Let's talk about 2013. Now, before I start talking about 2013, a lot of people have been saying that 2013 was a sucky year or a shitty year or a bad year, whatever. I agree with that to an extent, but let me explain myself. The first half of 2013 was really good to me. I finally got a job in my career field as a computer technician, so I was finally working as a computer technician. I had money for once. Like, I wasn't working part-time, I was working full-time. Like or 45 hours a week, Monday to Friday. It was a sweet job. Um, and I'll get to that in a minute. Um, uh, the hardest thing for if you want to be a technician, and I think Spoonie has said this before, nobody wants anybody who has education. Like Spoonie for years was trying to get a job with a computer science degree, and he couldn't find a job because everybody wants experience. It doesn't matter how old you are, what education you have. Everybody wants experience. And that was a hurdle that I was having trouble coming over. Fortunately, the job that I got, the people, they liked me. They said, we want 3 years experience, which is what most people want, at least 3 years experience. And I thought, here we go. He's going to tell me I don't got the job. He's like, but we like you. Let's try you out. So they tried me out for a trial day. They liked my work. They're like, you got the job. So that was a big, important moment of that year. I got that job in February. So that was quite a big deal to me. Then we get to later in the year, just a whole lot of drama and stuff that I don't want to get into mid-year, in between the second and third quarters of the year. But it wasn't nearly as bad as I didn't nearly have it as bad as other people did. So, but things were still going okay with me. And then last quarter, that's when things sort of all broke down. That same job that I was working, I was laid off. And it was a weird situation. I've explained the full situation in my, the first part of my Yoshi's Island Let's Play, which you can go watch at my Let's Play channel. But they didn't want to let me go, but their hands were tied. And I was the newest member of the newest employee of the company, so I had no seniority. So I was kind of stuck. They were kind of stuck. But they did say to me, if work picks up, they'll be calling me right back because they genuinely liked the work I did. And I appreciate them giving me a shot when everyone else said, we want experience, and whatnot. So I don't bear a grudge against the company. And who knows? And the owner is, super cool. So, she said to me, I'll put it as contract work, I'll put whatever you want. So, in the new year, I'm going to be looking for a new job, but it's good to know that I have some backing, even though I'm not with that company anymore. So, last part of 2013, after that, I've spent the last few months taking it easy. I was still looking for work, but I knew Christmas was around the corner, and things were going to get busy. So, any free time I took to myself to enjoy and prepare, basically, for stuff for the new year. And I have a lot of stuff planned for the new year, and which segues me perfectly into the updates for the coming year. First off, this year I'm not going to set resolutions. I'm going to set goals. And the reason I'm doing that instead of a resolution is because I find a goal is much more obtainable. With a resolution, you just kind of throw it off after the first bit of the year. After the first quarter, you just throw it off. Like, my last year's resolution was to cut back on, fast food and exercise more. But while I was still exercising, I went back to the fast food, but it was so easy access because it was at work. I'm not I'm not blaming the place I work. It's definitely my fault for, with it, but it's a lot harder than you think to resist that when all your friends are going to the food court and buying their lunch and you're not. So, plus I'm a big guy. So, again, I'm not trying to make excuses. but it's a lot harder for a big guy to resist, especially a big guy who likes to eat. I know Soda's probably going to remix this somehow, but it's a lot harder that way. It's kind of like smoking. It's hard to give it up. But my brother expresses to quit smoking, like he smokes cigarettes and he wants to quit, and I want to cut back. So that's one of my goals, to cut back and to exercise more, because not that I'm concerned with how I look. I'm more concerned with my health. I think I've said that before, but and I know I'm probably going to get a comment. I always do every year, a fat comment by somebody who watched 2 seconds of the video. It happens every year. I fucking don't care, but I know. Just saying, I know. It's kind of hard not to notice, but I'm working on it for this coming year. So that's one goal. I want to try and stay on a normal exercise regimen, and eat better. I've actually kicked pop mostly. I've downed it to like 1 pop a day. So, so anyways, enough of me and my fat ass. Let's go to the stuff you guys really want to know, the updates on stuff. Let's start with the biggest one that I know a lot of people want to know what's going to happen. Abridging and parodies. As most of you know, and if you don't know by now, it was posted back, I think, May, June. I officially declared that I am retiring from making a bridge series, and mostly parodies. I'm still going to do parody stuff, but I'll explain here. That is going to hold true. Now, I said, like, I wanted to get certain things done. Like, I want to make another episode of Negiman, I want to make another episode of this or that. I have no motivation to do those projects anymore. So, and it's not that I didn't like them. I loved working on them, but they aren't easy to make. Like, people think that making a bridge series is easy, but it's not. You have to sometimes put some mad hours in, and it's like, even like, if you, like, Team 4-Star put up a video not too long ago talking about their process and all the hours that Kaiser Neko has to put in. I don't even put close to the amount of hours that he puts in, but it's tough work. Anybody who's edited, who's done an abridged series, know it's tough work. Getting the voice actors, getting them to send in their lines, writing the script, editing the video and making it look good at the same time. All that takes time. Recording, hoping you don't get sick like I am right now to do your recordings. And I owe recordings to people right now, and I feel bad because I'm a little sick. It's a whole production in itself, and usually it's just one guy doing most of it. And it's tough. And I'm not going to say I don't like it. I love it. It's fun for me, but it's too much work now than what I feel is worth. And I also wanted to get away from abridging mostly because I feel like I was getting stale. People might be saying, you were stale for years. Well, personally, I got to a point where I was just like, I was just making episodes because I felt an obligation to. And I have a script for Negiman 5 written, but it's not that good. I can open it now and read it. Even when I was writing it, I'm like, this kind of sucks. Like, and it was like an obligatory thing. Like, the people working on the project wanted to be more involved and wanted me to do more of it. And I'm sorry, but I'm not going to do it if I'm not feeling it. And that's sort of where I am with abridging. Excuse me. I'm snuffling a lot. I got a cold. So, with the exception of Naruto Abridged, I will not be doing anything abridged related for a long time. If ever again. I know it's going to upset a lot of people. And and I know, like I said, mostly editing. I'm not going to script any parodies. I'm not going to overlook people's scripts. I may voice once in a blue moon, but even I'm cutting that back a lot because I find that a lot of the times when people want me to voice for them, they want a cameo, and I just feel like they should do their own thing, not have me cameo because I'm Zeromaster. So, you're going to see a lot less of me in the abridged community. However, there is an exception that I will still be making parodies for. My exception for my retirement. Conventions. Anime North, for the last 4 years, I guess, we've been running an abridged panel, a very successful abridged panel every year. And people come back every year because they want to see the content. And I personally, I don't want to disappoint. So, I do have still ideas for abridged stuff. Trust me, I've written some funny stuff down. Well, in my opinion, we'll see. But I do have a couple of things that I'm saving for May and June and summer in general for when the summer cons happen. So you're still going to see stuff from me. But for you watching on YouTube, you're probably not going to see it until... you're probably not going to see it until, like, May, June-ish. So, in the middle of the year. So, also, it might even be shorter than that because, or longer than that because next year I do have a wedding right after Anime North. So, it's actually a week after Anime North. So, depending on all the stuff that I got to put together, whatever. So, yeah. So, abridging, I'm not completely gone, but don't expect anything new from me except for that part of the year. And if you feel the need to unsubscribe, I honestly would say don't. Not because I'm like, I need you, because I'm like, then you won't be updated when I actually do produce content. Because who knows? I could change my mind halfway through the year and decide, you know what, I want to start making parodies again. I'm going to start doing that. So hold on to your subscriptions. It's not costing you anything. So, and yeah, so yeah. And in terms of conventions, there are more I want to go to, but I'm limited by how much money I have. I get asked requests all the time. It'd be great if you came to the convention. I'm like, cool, except I don't have the money for that. There's a small chance I might be able to go to San Japan next year because a group of devoted fans have been trying to get me as a guest, but that's really the only way I'm ever going to be able to go to a lot of these cons. San Japan, let me make a perspective. I live in Canada, and San Japan's in San Antonio, Texas. Like, the complete opposite, the complete south of where I am right now. And a flight from Canada to the States is expensive. I've flown to New Jersey a couple times for Anime Next. It ain't cheap to fly. And that's basically my biggest problem. The thing is with San Japan, I have a place to stay and everything. I just need to find a way to get down there. And flying is pretty much the only way I can do it right now. And I don't have the amount of money to pay for a flying ticket for a flight. So that's the gist of that. So if you want me to come to a con, the best thing you can do is just go to your con forum and, like, under their, like, guest suggestions, suggest who you want. And that doesn't just include me. That includes any abridger that you want to come to a con. If you want us to come to cons, the best way is to go to your, your con of choice or your cons of choice. Go to their forums, and in their guest suggestions, suggest us, and we'll see if there are enough people who care enough to have us come out there. I'm just one guy. And people call me a legend and whatnot, but a lot of those people have more subscribers than I ever did. So, I'm just one guy. So, but if there's enough people, like, the only reason I would want to go to one of these cons is just to meet fans. Because, honestly, like, I know this sounds really cheesy and corny, but it's you guys that keep us here doing stuff. It's you guys. If we didn't have your support, then we wouldn't bother to do any of this stuff. So, Anyways, that's that. Speaking of cons, con videos, I have some that I might edit. I'm not sure yet because they're kind of short, but I'm kind of obligated for one of them, so I'm going to probably get on that eventually. Okay. Conventions. Done. Next. Oh, excuse me. Okay, so I talked about conventions. What's next? Let's Plays. My LP channel, first of all, I want to thank everybody who's been enjoying Power Plays. And for those of you who don't know what that is, a few years ago, I started a channel with my buddies called my buddy Corey and my brother Brock called Power Pals. We got a decent following compared to my other channels, but we didn't get as often to record because when we started the show, my buddy lived 2 minutes away. Now my buddy Corey lives halfway across town. So if we want him for an episode, we have to go halfway across town to go get him. So when he lived 2 minutes away, it was super easy. Now it's tough. So we sort of rebranded Power Pals. We still do Power Pals. We still do it. But we rebranded it to do it's just me and Brock or me and a guest to do Power Plays. If you like Game Grumps, it's kind of like that. But I would say the less funny version of them. I don't know. But if you like watching me lose and people kick my ass constantly in video games, Power Plays is the show for you. Yeah, we have Power Plays. There's a spin-off show called Power Battles, which is like our head-to-head combat one. And I want to thank all the people who've been enjoying the show. I've seen an increase in subscribers this year because of the show. So again, thanks to everybody who's liking the show. We've got a ton left over. I think we have at least 2 or 3 months worth of content in backlogs. So there's a lot of stuff going to be coming through the pipeline. Rower's working as quickly as he can to get the videos up. Also, special thanks to him, Rower, for doing the editing for Power Pals and Power Plays and Power Battles and the shows in the future that are going to be part under the Power Plays banner. I want to thank him a lot for doing that because I don't pay him or anything. I've got him a couple games as the way to say thank you, but I don't make the money that Channel Grump does, like Game Grumps does, so I can't really pay him. But he's just doing it because he wants to help out, and who knows, you might see him on the show at some point. So that's Power Plays. A lot more coming with new guests, and some big changes coming to the show. We're expanding, and you'll see soon. But for my own Let's Plays, I know that there's a lot of Let's Plays I've left unfinished. Two that I've been meaning to go back to are Dragon Quest Swords, which I'm sure most of you have forgotten about by now, because I'm almost done that game. And my problem last time when I quit that is my Wii wasn't working with its disc checking. Now I've got a Wii U, it's not a problem anymore. The other one is Metabots, which I just sort of stopped for no reason. Actually, the reason I stopped is because I wanted to grind for Rubber Robo medals, and I got stuck in a spot where I ended a part where I really didn't have a way to do that. So you're going to see Metabots again eventually. And I found my cartridge, I lost it, and I didn't even really lose it. I was just an idiot. But it's coming back. It'll be coming back. But as for my 16-bit winter stuff, Yoshi's Island and Mega Man Battle Network, you haven't seen it for a couple weeks, mostly because, same with Power Plays, I've been posting old Power Pals videos up, actually, because I gave Roar the week off of the week of Christmas and said, take the time off. You don't need to be editing videos for me on Christmas. So, and I gave him more videos this week, so... But again, he's been busy with stuff, so I don't really have a time frame for him to post videos. But my own Let's Plays, I was going to start them up again this week. I was going to go back to either Yoshi's Island or Mega Man Battle Network 2. I can't remember which one I was going to do. But then I got sick. As you can see, it's starting to get worse and worse as this video goes on. And this vlog's probably really fucking long right now. So, I haven't, I decided this week I'm going to take it easy too, so I can get better. I haven't been working on anything. Let me, like, for the last month and a half, I haven't worked on anything, except Let's Plays, and that's it. And maybe a couple henshin times here or there. But it's been like nothing. So I plan to get back to stuff soon. I'm sorry. I've got a lot of big stuff planned for this year. So, which segues me into reviews. A lot of big stuff for reviews this year. First of all, another one of my goals for this year is actually a goal for my review show. For game reviews, I want to get my list of requests done. I actually have a game that I've been requested to review for even longer than Death Smiles was. I think I said Death Smiles was my first request, but that was a lie. I was thinking in terms of when I rebranded the show as Zero's Maverick Hunting instead of whatever it was before. But when I mentioned in college that I was doing game reviews, a buddy gave me a game, and I totally forgot he gave it to me. And it's an NES game, which is something I don't think I've done on, well, Ghosts and Goblins, but this doesn't fully count because they did arcade games. But it's going to be an NES game. I know it's a cop-out because everybody does NES games, but it was the first game I was requested. Technically, second game I was requested to have a review. The first game I was requested to have a review is Spy vs. Spy Operation Booby Trap, and that game fucking sucks. So I don't need more to think about it. But the second game is an NES game my buddy gave me, and you'll see that soon. I also have a full list of requested games. Some of these reviews, some of the plans I have for them, I wish I could share with you right now, but I want to keep them secret. That's what I'm doing. Also, some of you might be wondering, where's the Tough Enough review? It's coming. When I took this time off to... when I took time off after getting laid off, I sort of put it on hold. And I want to get back to it. It's going to be worked on around the same time as these new videos are coming out. I have also another special video coming out this month as well on top of the other review. So I'm hoping 2 reviews to come out in January, if I'm lucky. If I'm not, then we'll see what happens. But I also have something for April Fool's Day planned, but I'm going to have to start getting to work on it now-ish if I want to make it work. Because the game I'm going to review for April Fool's Day is an RPG, I'll tell you that much. And RPGs be taking up lots of time, so I haven't even begun recording footage for it, and I don't even know if it's going to end up happening. But I do want to make it happen, and I've got 4 months to get to work on it, so I want to do that. So, another thing, if you remember back on my... back in August or summer or whatever, I started working on my Halloween reviews back that far, and it was the first of many things I wanted to get done for that end of 2013 and by the end of 2014. I have a big movie review coming as well in the new year. I don't think I've said that it was going to be a movie, but it's going to be a big movie review coming out. And a full movie review, not like my vlog movie reviews, which I'll get to in a sec. It's going to be a big thing, and it's going to take a lot of time. You should expect that sometime mid-year. I'm not going to give a date because I can't change my mind instead of working on it, but that's where I'm thinking of going. And again, speaking of the vlog reviews, I want to try and do more of the vlog, movie, and anime reviews. There's a couple I have in the back burner that I need to finish. I just haven't gotten a chance to yet. And there also is there's a lot of classic movies that I haven't seen. So, and the vlogs were originally intended. Those reviews are like reactionary reviews or first thought reviews. So I want to do some more classics that I haven't seen. Like I'm not talking like, I might go back as far as the 50s maybe. I haven't decided, but there's a lot of movies I actually own on DVD that I've never watched, and I need an excuse to watch them. So more vlog reviews. Vlog reviews are easy for me to do because there's no scripting. It's me talking to a camera, and some of my recent anime ones have been pretty popular, and I'm sure there's some for that. By the way, just so I get this out of the way, a couple people may be requesting me to do anime review for that donation thing that was going on with Toys for Tots, which I think is still open and you can still donate to. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I said, if you donate $50, I'll review an anime of your choice. I mean a full-out review, not a vlog review. Like, I'll script, I'll edit, all that stuff. Like, a full review. I'm not just going to give you a vlog review because that's cheap and not fair. You paid money for this. You donated money to a really good cause for this, and I want to make sure your money's well spent. So, and I want to thank anybody who did donate to Toys for Tots. I'm sure lots of kids are appreciating that they're going to get toys this year. They got toys this year for Christmas, and if not this year, next year. So, so thank you for that. But yeah, I want to do more vlog reviews. I have big movie reviews coming up, and I've got a couple of donation reviews coming up. I also have a couple of crossovers too planned for this year as well. So look forward to those on several different types of media: game, movie, anime, whatever. I got a couple more crossovers coming, so look forward to those. Henshin time. Well, because I was given this, it's going to be a request review, just like this was. So expect a review for this Morpher eventually. Probably going to be my next one, maybe not. I'm not sure, but you're going to see a review for this as well as some other ones that I have a backlog of for Henshin time. Excuse me. So I'll be getting back to Henshin times as well. And the Under Earth retrospective. I almost forgot about it. A new part of the Under Earth retrospective will probably be coming out in February. Just with all the game review stuff I got to do in January, I don't expect to have a new episode out until February. Which I'm kind of upset about because I wanted to get more Under Earth retrospective out. I think the last one came out October, November, maybe even earlier than that. I think it came out first week in November. I can't remember, but I can't remember November. But so there's a bit of a wait on that. I apologize. The next part will probably be coming out in February, and if not February, March or somewhere soon. There's a lot of stuff I want to get done in the first bit of the year, mostly because that's when I'm most productive, and yeah, so we'll go from there. So I think that's all the updates I want to talk about. There isn't anything else I can think of off the top of my head. I just want to say thanks for a great 2013, guys. Thanks for supporting me for all these years. Whether it be abridging, reviews, let's plays, whatever. I appreciate your support, and if you really could, it would really help me out if you go to my review channel and my let's play channel and subscribe to those channels. If you're not watching this on those channels, because I have 3,500 subscribers on my Mega Man Abridged account and almost 3,000 on my Zeromaster TS account, and almost none of you subscribe to my other channels, and I'd really appreciate it if you could do that. I know you don't care probably about video game videos, but that's what I'm doing now. So they'll still be comedy related. They'll still be comedy themed. I put jokes in my videos, so actually with the Let's Plays, I found or Power Plays in general, I've become better at like what's it called, improv comedy, because of all the stuff I have to come up with. But I'm also I have a Facebook page and a Twitter. Because of YouTube's terrible system for letting you know when videos are out, I can't really rely on it anymore. So if you could please go to my Facebook page, Zeromaster fan page, and my Twitter @Zeromaster, and follow me on both of those. That'd be great. I only have 150 followers. I think maybe actually 160 now on my Facebook page, and I have way more YouTube subscribers than that on any of my channels. So I know some of you don't like Facebook or Twitter, but that's the way. That's the future now of staying on top of things, being up to date with things, and I really appreciate it if you went there and liked those, because I always post when I have new videos to both of those, as well as I post updates if things are taking their time. So, anyways, guys, enough of that crap. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next year with new content, and I'll see you in about a year's time to do this all over again. So thanks, guys. I appreciate the watch. See you later. How long was that? 46 minutes! Holy shit!